This is a talk about AI and ChatGPT and all sorts of other things like that. AI, artificial intelligence, is being used everywhere. What about it, right? What can we do with this? What is the point of all of this? Obviously, a lot of these images are taken from random pieces on the web. Come to the land of coding where things can go wrong. But ethics of all of this are very, very questionable. So we have to be very aware of how this works. How you can immediately, hopefully, use ChatGPT in your design process inside SketchUp or literally inside any other code that you want to write. Or make a website. How you control ChatGPT or how you control these things are key aspect to all of this.
So we are going to start with the next workshop, AI, a designer's perspective, which is by Raunak Sudhakar. So I welcome Raunak Sudhakar to join us. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. So we are going into the brief of our workshop, which is AI, a designer's perspective. AI is revolutionizing the design landscape, offering tools that enhance creativity, efficiency, and innovation. Today's workshop, AI, a designer's perspective, explores how artificial intelligence is transforming the design process from automating repetitive tasks to generating data-driven insights that inform creative decisions. So now we have Raunak Sudhakar from Odin Design Collaborative. Raunak Sudhakar has been an architect for over 15 years and interested in the making and using of software in design for a little longer than that. He professes his love of design through the earth construction practice of Odin Design Collaborative, the design explorations at ViZrd, and the 3D printed product of objects, etc. Raunak believes that the ideas of sustainable generative design are a necessity in today's time. So before we begin the session, I would like to ask all our listeners to comment their questions in the chat box on YouTube Live. We will have a 5-minute Q&A session after the workshop. So Raunak, let's get started with your workshop.
Thank you. Thank you. Hope I'm audible, and I think this is my
Yes, yes,
screen.
yes. You're
All
audible.
right. So this is me. Hello. How are you? I'm Raunak Sudhakar. I'm an architect. I graduated in 2008 or so. So that should give you an approximate idea of. Yeah. So this talk is about AI, a designer's perspective, which we shall start. We'll start with the chat. No, how are you people? How is everybody? Where are you people from? What are you people doing? As you can see, the chat is on screen, so please type in, say hello, and all of that stuff while I do some quick work. Google Drive, Google Drive, Google Drive. Yes, so I this is Saturday. It's Bangalore. It's lovely here. It's nice. Just Okay, so this is Google Drive. I just opening up my slides and stuff like that. Slides. Cool. Just give me a second. I don't have any slides. Okay. Extensions, add-ons, get add-ons. Works with slides, all filters. Okay, let's search for. No, all of these work. Oh, let's go back. I want AI. Any one of these. Let's use this one. Install. So, how have you people been? All good? Just getting started, just setting this up, just like creating my slides in a second. Probably should have done this before, but just loading faster internet would. Okay, so are we here? Are we here? Okay, refresh page, extensions, extension, slides. So yes, this is a talk about AI and ChatGPT and all sorts of other things like that. So let's see, what is the title? AI for designers. Typing. Designers perspective. Create slides about for architecture people about the use of AI in design. Perfect. Add my name, Raunak Sudhakar, and the organizers of this. No, wait, I can't spell. Organizer of the workshop, the architects diary. Perfect. Cool. Generate slides. This might take a little bit of time. Let's say generate about 10 slides. Preview, whatever, sure. Title, perfect, perfect. Create, do something. So anything in the comments? So yes, hi. Hey, hello. How are you? How is everybody there? I see a few people in the chat. This is what is to be done. No, like, subscribe, comment, do all of that kind of stuff while the presentation is still just a few minutes. Hopefully this is quick. But yes, I see you people there. Yes, presentation created. Done, done, done. Close this app. So this presentation is about AI in architecture. This is about understanding AI and its relevance in architecture, the evolution of design process with AI. AI as a tool for enhancing creativity and efficiency. Next slide. Wait, I could present this. How do you present? Slideshow, slideshow, slideshow. Perfect. Cool. AI-driven design tools. Overview of popular AI design tools in architecture. How these tools will assist in generating innovative designs. Case studies showing successful AI tool implementations. Sure, cool. Now I have to do that stuff. Generative design in architecture. What is generative design and how does it work? This is not AI stuff though, but okay, next. AI for sustainability. How AI contributes to, for the record, notice the pictures next to it, right? This is, okay. Energy efficient solutions powered by AI. No idea how, but okay, sure, why not? AI in urban planning, enhanced collaboration with AI. Challenges of AI in architecture, understanding the limitations of AI in design, ethical considerations in AI generated designs, balancing human creativity with AI capabilities, of course. Future trends in AI and architecture. Oh wow, that's like a water jug. That literally looks like a water jug from one of those restaurants where they put like lime and stuff into the water and there's like cucumber float. Okay. But yeah, so this is obviously, as you may have noticed, not a slide set that I created. This is generated for me. And this is kind of where the technology is at present, right? Let's just go through the rest of the slides just to see what they are doing. Case studies in AI in action, conclusions and Q&A. This is ChatGPT or any of these AI kind of things, are the ways we know them at least. AI, artificial intelligence, is being used everywhere. This was possible for me in, like you saw, in less than 5 minutes, I suppose. And it, as in not just the presentation, literally the presentation of the presentation was done in 5 minutes. From the time I started typing, right? And that is kind of that was always the dream, and the dream is here. We are here. We are living in it now. The future is now. So what about it, right? What can we do with this? What is the point of all of this? Obviously, a lot of these images are taken from random pieces on the web, but they work with the presentation that is created. As in, I don't know what this is, but for some reason this is AI collaboration, and yeah, this is like stock photo kind of stuff, but it works. And I don't know if the pictures themselves are AI generated or it's sourced it from somewhere at this point in time, because I don't know how this particular plugin works. But this is now possible. And not just possible, it's now easy, right? And this is kind of what this presentation, this workshop is hopefully about. So to start things off, I figured I should tell you a little bit about who I am and what I do. And I thought the best place to do that is on Instagram. So I am Raunak Sudhakar. I'm an architect. I graduated, like I said earlier, in 2008 from Ramaya in Bangalore. And I have since done a lot of things, but presently I am teaching, and I run a firm called Odin Design Collaborative, which is here. So this is me. This is Odin Design Collaborative. And one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about is this idea called Design 2.0, which is basically all the ideas that I think works well for architecture of today or the architecture moving forward. This also, as in I was listening to the previous conversation, and Ramji, hello Ramji, and him talking about the innovation in urban planning and basically projects in architecture and things like that, and what all these things can do. So yes, design ideologies for 2.0 is there's a lot of computation involved. There is generative design, there is artificial, which is what we're going to be talking about, artificial intelligence and machine learning, and a few other things. 3D printing is another thing that I am working a lot towards. But yeah, there's a whole list of those ideas. But today we are going to be talking about literally the second one on this list, which is artificial intelligence, right? And what we now call artificial intelligence is a term that's been used for a very long time, to be honest, from the like 1960s, actually way before that even. But I think the term itself was around 1980s, 90s or so. But don't quote me on that. But the ideas were there, or the dreams were there. Let's say this particular version of it is something called that we call machine learning, and something that we call neural networks. Again, all of these things do not matter. We're just jumping straight into what it can do and stuff like that. So this is just like a background of what's this AI in general, what and some terms and things like that. But don't let it confuse you. It doesn't matter, to be honest. So a little bit more about me. Like I said, I'm an architect, but I also do a lot of 3D printing. I have a company called Objects, etc., which is here, which does a lot of 3D printed stuff. And all of these are created, and I hope to sell them soon and things like that. But yeah, there's lots of architecture. There's lots of different formats of design. But yes, the ideas of product design are hugely prevalent in most of these things. And also, there is one more thing that I work on, which is called Architects Workshop India. We are a company that does a lot of architectural education and stuff like that. But yeah, at socials, should we just look at Instagram for this maybe? But yeah, so these are the kinds of things that I'm working on. Coming back to me, actually, ViZrd also I shall open. So ViZrd is a company of sorts. Basically, this is the place where I put in all the experiments. And as of now, these are a few of the coding experiments and things like that. But for instance, something like this. And every time I refresh the page, it's a new pattern. So there's not an animation or anything like that. And it looks like the sea, which I like, right? So, but yes, what I wanted to talk to you today, or basically, I wanted to give you a series of small demos in how we can, or rather, how you can play with AI after this. The two main things that I will be working with or talking about are ChatGPT or Gemini or any one of these other text generating kind of AIs that you're familiar with. It's also available as Meta AI within WhatsApp now, so it's being integrated into pretty much every app that we can think of. And obviously the image generation of all the different things like what's a stable diffusion or DALL-E or what's this Mid Journey or any of those kind of words that you might be familiar with, and seeing how we can look at them in an architectural kind of perspective anyway. So to begin with, let's look at ChatGPT itself. Let's see what kind of stuff ChatGPT is capable of. I'm hoping that, okay, let's use this one maybe. Yeah, let's continue with this, I think. Just to show you how you might sign in and stuff like that. Also, assuming I just Google for ChatGPT and I do this, just say start now. And here we are. So this is ChatGPT. I can immediately start typing stuff and it'll start giving me answers. But I prefer to log in, so it'll save my replies and the questions and all of that stuff. I'll just sign in with Google. Continue. And that should be it. Birthday. I am going to make up a birthday. 01/01/1975. Sure. Okay. Birthday is required. What did I just type in? 01/01. All right. So now we're logged into ChatGPT and stuff like that, which basically means whatever questions we ask and the answers it gives are saved. So we can, as in whatever previous questions and stuff like that are also there on the side tab here. And that just allows you to go back in time if necessary and things like that. But if you've never used ChatGPT, this is how it works. Let's say I want to write a letter. So I say, write a letter of absent, no, a leave letter. Let's write a leave letter for missing work today and come up with an interesting excuse. I work at an architectural firm. Enter. There we go. And so, yeah, subject is request for leave due to unforeseen circumstances. I hope this finds you well. Unfortunately, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, a personal situation that requires my immediate attention. All right. And obviously, pause the video if you want to read the entire thing and things. I'm pretty sure it's come up with a creative excuse. But this is basically how ChatGPT works. You give it, you literally can ask it to type in anything and it will. It'll happily give you whatever kind of text you need. Some of the issues, which is one of the reasons I created this slide, is created these slides rather, is that sometimes it makes up stuff, right? Actually, it's literally making up stuff all the time. But what I mean is, it might not be factual. Some of the things that is said here, you might not agree with, or are simply this plain untrue and things like that, right? Which I'm pretty sure you've noted even within these slides at some point. Energy efficient designs powered by, what does that even mean? It's just like all the buzzwords thrown together to create a sentence or something like that. But coming to ChatGPT again, let's create a new thing. One of the things that I would like for all of us to be able to use it for is to code, right? Code is text. It is literally just a notepad file. And so we can ask ChatGPT to code anything for us, which basically makes it easy for us, especially those of us who don't know how to code or have never coded before, and actually don't even know what code is for the most part. So how many of you here have created a website? Let's say I'll just open up chat. I realize this is going to chat takes a little longer to come up and stuff like that. So I'll look at this again in a second. But yeah, how many of you have made a website, for instance, right? I'll tell you how this might work. I'm going to create a website for, I'll say, okay, create, I don't know, I should learn how to type. Create a website to, for this, for a workshop where I can list down all the links that I'm using in the workshop. Does that work? Mostly because, yeah, like as of now, I'm just looking at ChatGPT and like Googling for stuff. But anywhere else that I am using something, a link or something, maybe I'll add it into this particular website. Let's create a workshop, list down all the things, make it look nice with the best practice, no, the best, let's say the best, what's that thing called? Where it can adjust the best responsive website, web page ideas. There we go, enter. And let's see what it comes up with. To create a website, design framework, blah, 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 page structure, all of this stuff. Nice. So it's literally giving me the entire to-do list of what to do exactly when. So you can literally use these other design, as in basically the coding languages that you're supposed to use, and things that we can add in for all the other stuff. And it also does it for you, which is the point. I don't need this stuff. I just need this stuff. So we'll just wait for it to finish this entire coding exercise, where it's creating a website for us. Again, I have no idea what it's typing. Okay, it's just typing stuff. So I'm going to copy this entire code, and let's say I go to Notepad. Yeah, generally we have Notepad. I have an app called Notepad++. It's just slightly better, but same deal. You can use Notepad for this, and it'll still work. So I'll do that, and I'll say new file and paste. All right. So this is all the code that ChatGPT just generated. I just literally copy pasted it, and I'm going to say save as. I'm okay on the website. I'm going to say web. No, let's say workshop dot html, because it's a website. It's HTML language. Excuse me. So HTML language. So I say okay. And yeah, Notepad plus does this coloring stuff. Notepad itself might not, but again, does not matter. We don't care about all of that. Let's just go to the desktop, which is here. This is the HTML file that has been what's this that we just created. If all things are working fine, this should open up in a browser. If it does not, say right click and say open with or something like that. But for now, I'll just double click this. It's opening up in Firefox, and something is happening. There we go. This is my present website that I just created by typing out stuff. By literally asking ChatGPT to make me a website, it made me a website, and it colored it green and gave me links, as in places where I could put the links in for when we are doing this later and things like that. So all done, and it even gives me like social links and stuff like that. So which is awesome and easy to do. And this is the key part, right? It is easy, and I want you to basically be able to do any of this. But where do we use code? As in when was the last time we needed to make a website, for instance? I would say that it makes a lot more sense to say, for instance, work on SketchUp. Most of us, at least the architects in the crowd, have worked with this particular software called SketchUp. And this is just a plain, or I'll say new kind of thing. This is an empty file. But what I want to work with, that you've seen plugins in SketchUp, of course, I'm hoping you have. But there's also this thing, depends on which version of SketchUp you're using, where this is, but it's always there. It's called the Ruby console. All right. And if I open this up, it opens up into this. So I'll mostly, because this is CLS, let's say CLS. Yeah. So it looked like this, like a blank gray bit on top and a text box below. This is where you can type in code for SketchUp to do stuff. All right. So this is a simple way for you to write a plugin, so to speak. And again, this doesn't have to be something major and things like that. But before we do all of that, let's create a small little something to actually look at, rather than like this empty file. So I'll close this for now, and let's create a house. Let's say, okay, this is in feet. Okay, cool. Let's say this is a house that is about 20 by 30, no, 20 feet by 30 feet, enter. And this is about 10 feet high. And let's say this is a sloped roof somewhere there. So I'm going to say come up by another 5 feet. And I want this to look different. So, okay, let's do another addition on this side somehow. And we'll just do that to that level somewhere. So this is like a terrace garage thing. I don't know. So yeah, this is our present house. All right. Actually, yeah, we'll add doors and stuff also. Why not? Somewhere there, this is, let's say, a door of about 3 feet wide by 7 foot high. Yeah, perfect. And lintel height. Why not? Somewhere there. This goes to the center, no? Because house. Then rectangle here. I don't know the size of that window, but doesn't matter. One more window here, and maybe another door somewhere to this side. There. Yeah. Okay. All right. So this is our present design in SketchUp. This is our architectural masterpiece. And actually, let's give it some depth also, because it's our architectural masterpiece, like I just mentioned. So those are our doors and windows. And this is a garage of some sort, or some internal, I don't know, and a sloping roof and everything. The reason I created this kind of a model is because all elevations kind of look different, or at least they're like identifiably different. Just as a demo of sorts. Okay, let's make this into a component, because I always do, and let's keep this even more centered there. All right. So now, basically, let's say I want to create one of those, what's this, like a view that is here and then a view that is like spinning like that, right? And one of the ways I could do that is, let's say, okay, let's say front elevation. I'm going to say camera, no, view animation add scene, right? So that's my first scene. I'm going to the other elevation. I'm going to say add another scene and so on. That one, add scene, then that one, and then add scene. And then obviously we go back to the front. So add scene. Does that work? Okay. Now let's just play animation and let's see how this works. Okay, it turns, it does that. Okay, perfect. So it at least we got know the camera as a setup, right? Now just let's look at the camera settings. Settings. I don't want scene. Actually, I'll keep enable. I'll make this just short and screen delay of 0. Sure. Cool. Now go back here and play. All right. Now we have this kind of an animation. The issue, of course, is this is kind of fine, approximately, but it's not controllable wonderfully well. It as in there are a lot of other issues with this camera things, especially in terms of the smoothness of how it turns. It's not a true 360 revolving kind of thing, right? It's like it goes to the 90 and then it's not like a perfect arc. It doesn't flow smoothly. And so we have those jerks in between kind of thing. And that's not just because it's stopping at every scene. So what if I wanted to do like a lot more cameras? So instead of just like the 4 cameras in the 4 cardinal directions, assuming I wanted to say do a camera every 10 degrees or something like that, such that it literally becomes a much smoother arc, right? And to do that, if I wanted to try that with pure SketchUp, some of you might have figured this out already, but for the rest of you, the way I would do it again, probably lots of ways to do it. I would take the circle, as in I would draw a circle from the, again, origin, from the center of this thing, and let's say make it 100 feet for now. Why not? And now we at least have the position from where we have to take these, as in take these views. You go to the standing man position camera thingy and click there, and he now goes there, but you might have to like align the camera here. One more thing you can do is if I zoom out, you can do the standing man thingy again and hold it and move it towards the origin. So then it like gives you the, right now I'm dragging the mouse, so it kind of like gives you the direction that you have to do. But this is at ground level, which is kind of fine and everything, but whatever. So if you're okay with this thing, then what you do is go to add scene, do that, come back here, do that, go to the standing man thing. I should name position camera. You go to the position camera thing, click here and go to the origin and stop there, add another scene, and then do that for literally all of these points or how many other cameras you want. That might take you a while. All right. And so let's see if we can find a plugin that can do this. Probably there's probably a plugin that can already do this and you're probably familiar with it and things like that. But I'm using this more as a demo. So I'm hoping that you can apply this to literally as in this kind of an idea to anything. But let's say that I don't have the time to find this perfect plugin where I want this particular thing. There are maybe camera manipulation kind of plugins and stuff like that. But who's got the time? Right. So coming to, let's do ChatGPT and we say new chat. Now, like I said, this is something that I'm going to be typing in the developer Ruby console. All right. So let's just click that open. If you want to do this by yourself in terms of learn how to code it and things like that, Ruby API documentation opens up here. This is literally how you code all of this stuff. All right, this gives you access to within SketchUp. This is how plugins are made. But let's ignore that for now. We don't want to learn stuff, and we just want to have have stuff happen. Let's say. So I obviously don't know what to type in here, but I do know what to type in here in ChatGPT. So let's say that type program that I can copy paste into the SketchUp Ruby console Okay, then let's give it the point of the thing. Let's say uh, create cameras all around the origin at a set distance at an interval of maybe 10 degrees each or something. Enter. Here's a Ruby code. Give me the code. Yes. Perfect. Oh, it gives me like, cool, nice. All right. It's still happening. This is now my Ruby code. Again, I have no idea what this says. All right. Okay, let's assume I don't know what this means, but let's assume that I don't know what this means. Copy code. I shall go into this. I will close this spot now. I'll open it again in a second, but I just want to delete all the scenes that we previously, actually, we can do this here. Select all of them, right click, delete scenes. So this is back to square 1, 0, whatever. Let's just keep it here just in case and say extensions developer Ruby console. In here, I'm just going to, no, this one, copy code, SketchUp, Ruby console, enter, paste. Okay, it pasted all the stuff. It's up somewhere, and I say enter, and it yeah. So there are basically two options at this point, right? One, it works flawlessly. The other is nothing happens. Basically, there is an error in the programming, and this is actually what I was hoping for, mostly to show you how this part might work. I'll just try to expand this a little further. All right. What happened? It did something. Okay. All right. So if I what we typed in or pasted is somewhere here, and it did something, but nothing happened. Okay. Let's say go back to ChatGPT and say make sure it creates scenes at all these points. Enter. All right. So actually, there was no error in the code. There was nothing for us to do here, but as in it, this was what we did, and then this is the response it gave. And so we'll just see what it does here. Again, give it a second. Copy the code, go back to SketchUp, enter, paste, enter, and something happened. Scene thing, as in it created a scene here, but then notice here there is another error, right? And this might happen, and I'll tell you the reason. Yeah, I'll tell you the reason. Why not? So basically, the issue with code is that you don't quite know what the code is going to do unless you run the code. And there are huge security risks in ChatGPT running code that is generated and stuff like that. Because as in there can be people will just say, okay, write code to make ChatGPT delete itself or something like that, and then it'll write it. Yeah. So security issues. So basically, it cannot detect its own errors. So we can help it with that. This is the error. Again, I don't know what it is saying, what it means or anything. I just know that it says error, and then something happens. So I'm going to copy that. Come back to ChatGPT, and I keep selecting the wrong one. And at the bottom here, paste that and enter. Okay, it's going to explain why it thinks the errors happened, but it's also going to give us a new bit of code. And almost done. There we go. And so copy code, go into SketchUp again. I'll close this for a second, mostly because there's a scene that has been created, which I want to delete. So this one, delete. And now go back to extensions, developer Ruby console. I'm just going to say CLS just to clear the screen. Now you know Ruby. Congratulations. This is your first Ruby command. Ruby is a language that SketchUp and all of these things are written in. I think SketchUp is written in. So CLS, and it removes all of that. But right now I'm just going to paste the same Ruby code, which is just, the ChatGPT code here, and enter. And something's happening. Lots of somethings are happening actually. Okay, done. Whoa, breathe. Okay. It kind of went insane for a second. Okay then. Now going right back on to the top. if I go to the 10 degrees, okay. So what happened? It has created this, but I think the camera angle is too small or something like that. Okay, oh wait, I think I see the arrow. I think it's done it vertically. Yeah, so this is the roof plan technically. So let's change, as an again, tell ChatGPT that make sure the rotation is horizontal and increase the distance to, I don't know, 100 feet. Enter. While that is happening, I'll just delete all the scenes that I created. Go back up, select that first one, go all the way down, select the last one, right click, delete scene. Yes, done. So, and now zoom back. Oh, wow. Okay. Zoom back out. Again, same, back to square one, so to speak. And now this is generated the thing. I will copy this code, go back into SketchUp. Extension developer Ruby console. Again, CLS, because we now know that thing, CLS. And I'm going to paste that thing with Control V, enter. And again, it's doing lots of stuff. And let's see if this has worked properly this time. Close this for a second. And no, that is actually pretty damn cool, no? 1 second. I realize this is like an error, but just 1 second. Play animation. Isn't that cool? This looks like a sun path diagram or something like that, looking down as the sun. But yeah, welcome to the land of coding where things can go wrong, but cool things happen anyway. All right, the horizontal thing evidently didn't work. Let's say that the plane of rotation. 1 second. Let's use Notepad again. I haven't read the code at all, so let's just read it once. Conversion. What is Z? If we just say Y, would that work? I'm going to try that. Control A, copy. Again, delete all these things. Select that, go all the way down, select that, right click, delete scenes. Yes. Go back up. Somewhere there. And say extension developer Ruby console. CLS. And Control V, enter. No, that did not work. Undefined local variable. Method C. I didn't consider that. Okay, let's not try to code ourselves. Let's say that rotate it along the X and Y plane, please. Enter. Okay. This is a little more interesting. Now they're giving a horizontal angle interval and a vertical angle interval. I think we'll just make that 0, as in the vertical angle interval or whatever that is. Copy. I'm going to Notepad for a second just to, yeah. So this is what the code that it is typed out. Vertical angle interval is that. Horizontal angle, I'm just going to make it 0. Distance is 12. Oh, there's an inches. Perfect. Control A, copy. SketchUp, CLS, enter, paste, enter, and error. Error stop can't be at 0. Okay, copy whatever the error is, ChatGPT, you have an error. Please fix it. Okay. Oh, the vertical should not be a 0. Okay. What if I don't want vertical? If I don't want vertical intervals? But sir, what if I don't want vertical intervals? Thank you. That's what I want. I want a horizontal. Thank you. Let's see if this works now. Obviously, you can, as in imagine, you can do this in the horizontal thing, or if you want like a drone footage kind of thing of your thing, you can have like a vertical interval also, up to you. But as of now, I don't. So I'll copy this present code, go back into SketchUp, CLS, enter, and paste, enter. And wow, lots of things happened. And does this work? No. Okay. What I'm going to do right now is just for the just so we can move forward in this workshop, I'm just going to turn the model. Was this a correct angle? Hopefully it was. 90. Enter. Wow. No, it wasn't. Hey, now this works. Ah. Okay. Flip along green. No. Flip along blue method. Have to try all three to figure out which one's correct, but let's do that. If I do this now, and now, okay, cool. At least now the thing works. So play animation, and yeah, we should now have at least like a 360-degree around the house kind of a view of this particular thing. All right. Yeah. So it took us a little while, but I'm sure it was not as long as it would take to individually place cameras and then place them all in the correct angle. And also, this we can change now, right? Which is to say that, okay, while this is still spinning, okay, it's finished spinning, pause, chill. If we go back here and let's say we paste the most current version, we can change the angle if we want. You can't do that if you are trying to manually place each one of these things and stuff like that. Not to mention that you don't just have to, as in, you don't just have to tell ChatGPT that you want a camera. You can say that you want a cube. You can say that create a cube, make it into a component, and place 100 of it in a grid or whatever else that you can think of. So at this point in time, you can literally talk to SketchUp into doing stuff for you, right? It might take a couple of tries here and there and stuff like that. Actually, okay, how much time do we have? All right, we have a little bit of what's it, slightly. So okay, I won't do the other SketchUp kind of view, but I'm hoping that you understand this kind of an idea of what of the power of this. We tried it with HTML and created a website, and then we basically coded with Ruby, which is a language that SketchUp is made out of. But this is possible with pretty much any programming language that you can think of, and yeah, you just ask it to type in code that what you want it to do, and then you paste it somewhere else and have it do that stuff, right? Which is pretty one of the more powerful, I think, uses of ChatGPT and AI in general. But of course, we are not here necessarily only to look at coding. We've been promised image generation. We've been promised stable diffusion and mid-journey and stuff like that, or at least in your head. So let's look at how we might work with the image generation kind of AI from now on, or for now. I had opened this particular thing. So here, you'll notice that this is Google search. What I want you to, as in, actually before that, I want to just say, let's say we say stable diffusion. Just say stable diffusion is the name of a one of these image generation kind of things. Again, there are many. There's something called Mid-Journey. There's something called DALL-E. There are a whole host of other ones that are coming up now. And they have their, as in there are quite a few web services that are running with these in the background and doing stuff with them. And yeah, the internet has exploded with these services. But yeah, I just wanted to look at Stable Diffusion itself and this particular website, which is the Hugging Face, which is a nice name, Hugging Face website of Stable Diffusion thing. So if I open this, what happens is I get this. All right, this is the Stable Diffusion 2.1 demo. You can try it right now. This is one of the links that I will save in our website. Actually, I should just tell you what the link will be. Maybe this is one I created a little while ago. This is the link that is all of these links will be listed at. If it's not going to be in the video description, I hope it will be. But ViZrd.in. I'll just copy paste this into Notepad. ViZrd.in/a tad bit of AI. TAD is the organizers of this talk. They are called the Architects Diary, and a tad bit of AI is this particular link, right? So ViZrd.in is one of my websites, so it's easy to host there. So this I will obviously rework and stuff. As of now, the information is mostly bogus. So I will ask ChatGPT to make a nice website and put it up here. All right. But in the meanwhile, we were looking at this last one here. What we can do with this demo, we can enter literally any prompt we want. Let's say we say create a building on a lake, on a hillside overlooking a lake in make it minimalistic. Actually, you don't need to type in full sentences here. It's more keywords and stuff, but I'm used to it, so bear with me. Make it I can't type minimalistic. Sure, done. Let's just say generate image, and it then takes a little while, evidently 11 seconds, and you have like a loading thing, and it's almost going to be done. And this is basically how you generate images. This is, wow, that's interesting. But yeah, a minimalist building on a hillside overlooking a lake, evidently. A minimalist building on a hill overlooking a lake. This is a little better, I suppose. A minimalist building on a hill overlooking a lake. Same thing, a little more, well, painterly, I suppose. But yeah, so this is the simplest version of how you might generate an image using any one of these AI kind of things. Most of them have a demo. Most of the web services would have some kind of a, as a trial version or something. Most of them are becoming paid, by the way, which is an issue. Which brings us to my next point. Actually, one point before the next point, the ethics of all of this are very, very questionable. So we have to be very aware of how this works. But yeah, so basically, I wanted to tell you how you can install Stable Diffusion and all of these things on your own machine. You might need a slightly heavy machine to work this in terms of the literally in terms of the we have something called the processor and the RAM. What we need is called the VRAM, or the graphics card. The graphics card needs to be like a heavy, beastly little thing. The RAM in my machine, as in the VRAM in my machine, is about 8 GB. I think that's like bare minimum, just about kind of things. So the machine might need to be heavy, but if you can install this locally, which is to say on your machine, it's free. As in, you run it however long you want. You're spending electricity, but and your room is going to heat up because you will have a heater on your hands. But other than that, it runs on your machine, which is very, very cool and wonderfully useful to experiment with. So basically ignore all of this. When you start typing in install Stable Diffusion, this is one of the first suggestions that come up. Automatic all of these numbers. So let's use that. And actually, I'll say Windows because my machine is Windows, but obviously follow whichever machine that yours has. This is the first link, and I think I followed this way back when I installed it also, which I've opened here. And I should scroll all the way up. Oh, this is a long website. Fair enough. So this is this particular website, how to install Stable Diffusion on Windows. All right. Stable Diffusion is an open source version of these AI thingies, and that was released into the public quite a while back, which properly blew up the world technically. And this is presently how, as in one of the ways we can install it on your machine. Like I said, the process might seem a little complicated. Fair enough. It seems a little scary, but don't let it worry you. Literally everything is typed out one step by step and stuff. I think the most complex, actually, I'll just scroll through this. The first step is installing something called Python. Python is another one of these programming languages. So we talked about HTML, which is the website stuff. Ruby, for instance, which is a SketchUp stuff sometimes, as in it's used, SketchUp is written in Ruby, the language. Python is one more of these kind of programming languages. If you install Python on your thing, you will be able to code in Python on your system. That's kind of the idea here. But again, you don't need to code. Install it from the from the web Microsoft Store. Do all of that stuff. Blah 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 blah. Visit blah blah blah. And once you get here, CMD is something called the command prompt. So if I press a Windows button and I say CMD, this is called the command prompt. Okay, if I click on that, this kind of a thing shows up. This is kind of what they're talking about. But other than that, it literally tell you what to type in within the what's it, in that CMD, the command prompt itself, for you to continue with this installation. You have to install something called Git, which is GitHub, where all these softwares are stored, and it's again it's easy to download from there and install from there. So follow all of these things. Again, looks very complicated, but these are things that you will have to type into the CMD, the command prompt. But you can just copy this entire thing and paste it there. So you don't have to type this out. All right, but once you follow through all of this stuff, this kind of a folder shows up. Where's this? This kind of a folder shows up on your system. And in this folder, there's something called the web UI-user.bat or something like that. That is the file that you need to click, all right, for it to run this software on your system. And I will do that just now. This is the folder on my laptop. I'll just view and large icons maybe. Yeah, so this is pretty much the same folder. It's effectively copied this thing off an online source and pasted it here. And it asked me to type in this user bat thing. So I'm going to double click that. This starts to open up. Actually, I've done that before. I should close that. Let's close that. All right. Give it just a couple of seconds. Just checking chat while that is wrong button. Oh, wow. I should have. I also like to teach. Evidently, some people want candy. Yeah, so once this whatever you're looking board thing opens up, you'll notice that this thing shows up here. All right, this is a public URL. If I was to control and click that, it should. I think I'm still waiting for it to open. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Yes. Loading. And now this hopefully will be a little familiar, at least. Okay. Where did that go? Yeah. So in terms of the, excuse me, this basically that address is the local machine, meaning your own system. If you type this in right now, nothing will happen because this is literally running on my system, and I just have to access it through a browser. All right, this is Firefox. You can use Chrome or whatever other browser you want, but this is technically a web address for a local machine. All right, and so if you basically go to this particular web address, this page shows up. This is what we call the web UI being the user interface. So this is the web user interface of the stable diffusion thing that we just installed using command prompt and all that. Yeah, sounds scary, I know. Just go through that one page. It'll take you about 10 minutes, depending on the speed of your internet and things. But 10 minutes later, you don't have to worry about any of those words again. All right. You just again double click on an icon, it'll open up, and click this as an open this website, and here you go. All right, so that's your regular thing. Just the installation is a little bit slightly complicated. That's all. 10 minutes. That's all right. But this is very similar to what we saw in the previous the previous demo that I did on that other website, the Hugging Face Wala website. So here also, let's just type in the same prompt to see what happens. House on a hill, minimalist. I can never spell minimalist, right? Yeah, okay. Minimalist on a hill. Cool. And generate. And first thing you'll notice, at least on my machine, is this, as in right now, you know that something is happening. Your fans of your computers will start to go little, but give it a second, and it'll tell you how long this takes. And that is something that I want you to pay attention to. So this is the image that is generating. Okay, it's properly dreamlike right now. I'll just zoom in slightly, and it is working. We'll give it a little bit, and yeah, here you see there's at 5%, and the ETA is 10 minutes. All right, not necessarily 10 minutes. Maybe right now this is a little slow because I'm running a lot of things. Let's close SketchUp maybe. No. Okay, slightly dropped. But yeah, my machine struggles with this. Even though, yeah, this is a fairly good laptop and things like that, this is a heavy, heavy software. All right, especially now, it's not like that brilliantly efficient and stuff, which is kind of one of the arguments for using a web service. Because, like you saw, that took like a 10 seconds, 15 seconds or something for a new image. This is taking me a good 5 minutes or something like that on my present laptop. Okay, not maybe not 5 minutes, it's just the ETA. But yeah, it's we need to be aware of the amount of time and this something like this might take. All right. But we start to notice that we have a hill of sorts, I think. It's green, which is cool. Okay, the ETA jumped and things like that. So yeah, so this is working. I'll just show you what this thing looks like. So this is the total progress in terms of 40% that is happening on the command prompt side of things. Again, you don't have to worry about this. I'm just showing it to you. Don't close this particular command prompt while the website is running. This is technically acting as a server on your machine. Again, words don't matter, but yeah, just don't close this while this particular thing is running. It says what's this 50% done right now, and this is kind of like the speed at which the AI is running. This what's this slash area, and obviously time and things like that. It does it in chunks, and so right now this is in at 20. It's right now at like 12 off 20. That 20 is this sampling steps. Sampling steps is I could stop it right now, right? I could stop it at this 14 sampling steps or something, but this is fairly blurred and things like that. So I wanted to generate, as in I wanted to give it time to generate the details and generate a real looking image. So you can technically stop it at like this 13, 14 kind of situation also. But yeah, sometimes you want a much more detailed thing, so take it up, as in you might pull that up, but obviously then the time goes up with that kind of a generation, right? And again, so we can see the what's this? It's about a minute away. Uh, Again, depending on your computer, you can mess with the width and height also. I don't want to because I don't want to increase it because my computer can't handle it. I've tried. So you can try it on your machines and stuff like that, of course, just to see as in what is the biggest one, how long it will take. Obviously, the bigger ones take that much longer to go through even these number of sampling steps and stuff like that. You can change the what's this the ratio also. This is a square image. You can do other sizes. And you can increase the batch count, which I will come to in a little bit. The batch size I don't mess with, but basically instead of generating just the one image, it can generate like 10 at a time or something like that. And this you can increase to, I think, 100 or whatever you want to type in. 12 seconds, and we are very close to being done. 95%. Okay, and this generated this image. And it's interesting, not too bad. I'll just open it up in my folder thingy. Let's go to the last one and this one. So this is the image that it created. Eh, but at the same time, you can repeat this however long you want. As in, repeat this meaning you can change the prompts to certain things that you might want. You want to what's this? Add details to it. You want to add character to it. You want to make it a brick house. You want to make whatever. All of those kind of things that you've probably seen, and there are entire websites dedicated to just the kinds of prompts that you can create. So look those up. I'll just look up one of them maybe. Wow, wrong. Let's Google it here. Prompts for okay, I can't even type there. Architecture, stable diffusion, or okay, let's just say prompts for architecture. And prompt hero, it seems. My architect AI, gate to AI. Okay. Design prompts. But yeah, if you come in here, there is nothing. What? Is it still loading? Okay, while that is loading, let's go to design prompts. Okay, so yeah, architects. Nope, there's like actual prompts for like design class kind of thing. Well, how to write AI prompts? No. There you go. Incredible mid-journey prompts. Okay. Nope, close. So this is the kind of prompts that I'm talking about, right? So within these websites, there are, as in obviously a lot of people have tried these things. These are interesting versions of stuff that you can do. So these are not actually falling waters. These are variations on falling waters or something like that, which is fairly interesting. Let's scroll down. An art museum by Zaha Hadid, concrete glass facade, blah 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 blah. And yeah, you can change any one of these prompts to create variation. And yeah, so these are again immediately created for you, and how many ever you want. And now, if you can manage to install it on your machine for free. The one last thing I realize that I think running a little bit short on time, but I won't let the machine run this. But where's SketchUp? SketchUp closed. Let's just say SketchUp here. And look at stable diffusion here. Okay. So if I come down to this portion, there's something called control net, which is a very, very cool thing. So in this control net, that again, this might not be automatically available. There might be a little bit of installation you can do. But again, just say, how do you install control net on my stable diffusion or something, and you'll get a page. Or I'll probably link it in that website for in a second. But let's say plan view. Okay. Close all of this. We don't need that anymore. All right. Let's say open. Do I have any models around? Let's say PS model. Okay. 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 Give it a second. All right, slightly complicated model, but let's say we have some model like this. All right, and notice the style, which is to say there's that hidden line kind of an idea, and I'll keep that activated. I'll just, okay, let's just say this one building that I want, and I'm going to say, actually, I'm not even going to say export. I'm just going to say print screen, and just take that portion out, approximately square image. All right, and paint. This is MS Paint, just to save this image. Control S, and okay, let's say on my desktop, I'm going to save it as untitled. Fine, no worries. I go to stable diffusion, click image background here. I select that. I say open, and that image comes up here. And in control type, there is something called line art. One second. Open. Huh. So this particular image is what we've done. We've said enable, and we've said all of this. I'm going to say, okay, not minimalist house on a hill. I'm just going to say bricks, cladding, and let's say brick cladding, and let's say FLW, just to see how he would have designed this particular thing. Generate. I have definitely run overtime. I'm about 2 minutes overtime. I apologize. But if you manage to do this, basically you get to control the geometry that the render is happening for, which basically means to say, if you have a SketchUp model or some kind of design of your own, if you have a sketch, you can plug that sketch into AI here in this control net kind of an idea, and then basically run this line art kind of thing and have it run, just basically generate. And this starts to generate with your design, your building, and it'll start to render it in everything and do all of the other kind of things that you want it to presently accomplish, so to speak. All right. Again, I don't know if you have the time to wait for this to finish rendering. It might take a while. So I'll just see what's happening on the stream itself. Okay, this is still me. I'm going to unmute this thing. But yes, with that, I'm going to conclude I hope you've enjoyed this very quick 1 hour session with a couple of small demos and how you can immediately, hopefully, use ChatGPT in your design process inside SketchUp or literally inside any other code that you want to write. Or make a website, or maybe install Stable Diffusion in any one of these things, and first generate your own things for free on your machine, if your machine can handle it. Point to be noted, my lord. But these are heavy softwares. But if you can manage to do that, then we can possibly add your own image from SketchUp or one of those kind of 3D softwares. This particular thing is called line art, which is why I've kept it black and white. But once you have this kind of an idea, you just hit generate with whatever other little bits of prompts that you have, and it'll start generating images for you. And that, I think, is pretty damn cool. But yes, with that, I conclude. Thank you all for listening. And if you have any questions, I suppose you can reach out to me on WhatsApp, I was about to say, on Instagram, I suppose, and stuff like that. But yes, thank you. I hope you enjoyed this little and hopefully as an informative talk about AI and the present condition. One of the main topics that we should have talked about is probably the ethics of where all of this is coming from, where these designs are being generated from and stuff like that. But yeah, I hope more summits like this are conducted where these kind of opportunities are presented to have these kind of conversation, or at least to mention it, and hope it generates conversation. But yes, thank you all for listening, and I hope you had a good time.
Thank you for this fun and insightful session. It was really interesting how you covered almost everything a designer needs to know about AI. Although I must agree, 1 hour is not enough. Like, I feel like we should have given you so much more time than an hour. But still, it was like you explained it in such an easy to understand manner. Like anyone can understand. It was a short demo, and it kind of we made all. I hope all of us, including myself, want to really get into it and start. So it triggered it in some way.
I
So
hope.
even by even by looking at the comment section, I can see that you have some good fan following.
Those are mostly my students. Hello. Should I
Yes,
mention
yes.
names? No, but actually, design students are a brilliant place for
Yes,
mostly because of the ideas they have, and there are, as in, you need quick work, and there are things where it's still your design, right?
yes.
And how you control ChatGPT or how you control these things are key aspect to all of this. So shout out to all my design class students. Good job. Proud
Yes.
of you. Thank you.
So once again, thank you so much. We look forward
Thank
to
you.
more workshops with you soon.
Thank you. Thank you. It has been fun. It has
Thank
been
you.
brilliant.
Yes, it was fun.
And yeah, as you can notice, this is the final AI generated thing. And yeah,
Oh,
different rendering things are happening. I don't exactly know what the final image is going to be, but we can kind of get an idea of it. But with
yes.
that, thank you. Thanks a lot. See you then.
Thank
Bye.
you.